What's going on, everyone? It's Azor Ahype here, and we're super excited. We're back to have another chat for Game of Thrones Season 7, and this one is going to be a live Q&A. I wanted to do it a little bit earlier for all the UK and European people out there. We usually have our streams at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a little bit later for some of the people over there. So I thought it would be cool to do a day thing. I wanted to release a theory video today, but I'm a little bit tired, so I thought it'd be cool to hang out with all of you since we are doing streams on Gemma's channel this week. But yeah, let's hang out. Let's get to episode 1, Dragonstone. Let's chat a little bit more about episode 2, Stormborn, and I'll get all your questions in. We'll get some answers in. I got a little glass of wine here in my cup of the red wine. It is called a Paso Robles. I got some San Pellegrino. I'm just having a great time. It's a beautiful day here in Sault Ste. Marie. But yeah, let's hang out and let's enjoy each other's company. All right, let's go check out who's in the chat here today. I hope everyone is having a lovely day. We have T-Baby. Hello, milady. Nice to see you. We have Secrets of the Citadel. We have a very bad Wookiee teen Sarah. We have Claire Gray, who's going to be coming on the channel very, very soon. We actually have a video on direwolves that's going to be released next week for y'all. We have Kadia, a riddle of seats. We have Violent Messiah. Who else do we have in here? We have Rob Ert, Sonny McLeod, Simon. We have Scoutini Productions, Jeff, another Canadian. We have the Gaming Gorilla, BBM. Who else do we have in here? We got quite a few people in here. I'm hoping we have Tony, Emily Ball. She's excited to catch one early. Heavenly Spade. I know some of you UK people are excited about this. Stacy Smith. What's going on, everyone? But yeah, so this what I wanted to do today is kind of just go back into Dragonstone. We had a live stream last night and we talked about stuff, and I just want to, talk more about, of course, the privy shit, Samwell cleaning up all the shit. Kidding. I want to talk more about, obviously, the Sandor scenes, which I thought were absolutely amazing. I'm going to be dropping a video on that tomorrow about how I think he's been blessed by the Lord of Light. Some people believe there isn't a Lord of Light, but I believe that there's something going on there. Absolutely massive with Sandor for the end game. Of course, there's a little bit of foreshadowing with the Clegane Bowl stuff there, so we're going to talk about that. But what I wanted to do is get in for your questions. I wanted to answer some of yours because we know we have those live streams, and last night we had about like 650 people on Gemma's. We had like 300 on mine last time, so we can't always get to all of your questions. And today I felt like this could be more of a chill session where we could all just hang out. But yeah, T, I was blown away by the Sandor scenes. Obviously, I'm biased because Sandor is my favorite character, but that's the humanization that they did with Sandor in this episode. And some of the comedy, always a grumpy bear, Clegane, and then talking about the top knot and stuff like that. But open format today, guys and gals. Questions. We'll kind of just go from there. Whoever asks the first question, we'll kind of go from there. And we're going to start off with, why was the Baratheon sigil on King's Landing? Good question. I thought they would have changed it by now because Cersei is in power. Maybe that's just a little bit of a foresight thing, an oversight thing. But it's possible that they want to keep it there because Cersei is still Tommen's mother. She was still the queen with Robert Baratheon. So, well, she was married to Robert Baratheon. So I think specifically because of that, she's still continuing on that, I guess. But we know as viewers that's not happening. So, yeah, that's definitely a thing. But good question. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it'll change during the season. We've had a few changes. We've obviously seen Old Town, which is amazing. The whole kind of like opening up of a box and it folding and it being beautiful. There's actually a ball of light in there, which is really interesting. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I really I enjoyed the opening credits as always. I love the music. I actually have a band out from British Columbia called Vultry. And I was chatting with them. They came on tour in town, and they may be doing a special Game of Thrones piece for an intro for my channel. So really look, I know you guys love oysters, clams, and cockles, but if I can get a piece from there, they're kind of like a punk rock, emo, metal band. They're really, really good, and their singer is amazing. And I really connected with them when they came here because they're all Game of Thrones fans. So I'm actually hoping that they'll record a piece for me by the end of the season, which would be amazing. I'm going to try to scroll down here because I'm missing some of your stuff. So glad you guys can come join me today. I haven't done a day stream in a long, long time. So, oh, we have Valor Magulis in here. Adam, what's going on, buddy? I also thought the interaction between, if we want to get into it, Cersei and Jaime was amazing during the episode. Here's another question. Do you think Old Nan's story to Bran is slowly coming true, like the father who killed his daughter rather than see her starve, or the blue-eyed giant? Yeah, some of that stuff is absolutely coming true, and for all intents and purposes, we're seeing this happen for the first time. So it's possible that, you know, all of these stories were told to Old Nan and they actually haven't happened yet. So but we know that there's a wall and that there was an original Long Night, but throughout the history we know that, and even on our own human history, the things are manipulated. It's like playing banana phone when we used to play in kindergarten or pre-K, stuff like that. We'd pass the phone and everybody would try to tell someone a piece of information, and by the time it got back to the last person, it was completely different. I could have said pepperoni pizza, and by the time it came around, it could have been like fish tacos. You know what I mean? Just because of the way people manipulate information. So it's possible that that's going on, but I think that, yeah, absolutely, Bridget, that parts of it are coming true, and it's kind of like this history is a flat circle thing where stuff is repeating itself in different ways, not exactly the same, but things are happening over again. I actually really enjoyed Sansa this episode. I thought she was awesome. I'm hoping that Jon does actually listen to her. Well, parts of what she was saying. She was being somewhat manipulative, but I actually think the whole Sansa thing, T, was a big setup this season. You know how trailers are. They make us think about certain things, and they show us snippets, but they don't show us the whole scene. Like, for example, you know, the lone wolf dies and the pack survives. We don't know who exactly Sansa is talking to. We see Littlefinger and Jon interacting in the Crypts of Winterfell. We don't know exactly what is said. So I think that, yeah, I really actually enjoyed the interactions between Jon and Sansa. For all the people that think that Sansa is going to betray Jon, I think that's fake news big time. The Starks, we hear Sansa put Littlefinger in his place even, which is very interesting. She's like, what were you going to say next, Lord Baelish? Something clever. That was an absolutely amazing line. But I think that once the Starks get home, this feeling of home, they haven't had that for a long time, and they may not be able to be the same family again. But I do think that once they get together, they'll put everything aside because they have to survive. This is what the story is about, surviving. And that's what life is about, surviving, for living as long as you can and doing the best you can. And that's kind of what Syrio was trying to teach Arya with his lessons. When we interviewed Miltos, who played Syrio Forel at Crown of Thrones, he kind of gave us that insight to Arya. He wasn't trying to teach a certain thing. He was trying to teach Arya how to stay alive, and that's what Ned wanted, because he knew that all of the stuff that was going on would be hard for someone that age. So I think that will ring true once they all get together. I'm not saying everything is going to be perfect. I don't believe that will happen, but I think that, you know, Sansa's gotten a lot smarter. Like she said, she's learned a lot from Cersei. She was wearing the hair like she was. But I think that mostly she has learned from her lessons, and through the season, I think we won't respect some of her decisions, but we will respect how far she's come. And as a human, I mean, well, from what she has experienced, most people would fold. So, yeah. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there. You guys know I like to defend Sansa, but I think she's going to be awesome. Salsa. You guys are saying salsa. We have Red Walrus in here, Violent Messiah, Miss Chrono. What's up? What's up? And also, if you guys haven't checked out T, she does stuff on her own channel, but she's also on the Small Council, who are my absolute favorite people to watch, with James and LaDonna and that. So if you guys haven't go check, I believe your stream is tomorrow night, T. So if you want, you can share it, or I can share it in the chat for you, and people can go check it out. More streams, the better. Cheers, everyone. By the way, I'm taking a sip of my wine here. I've let it breathe for a couple days, and it's definitely got a different flavor, which I love. Oh, we have Heart Lady. Nice to see you. Do we have any more questions in the chat? I'm kind of just going with the flow here from your comments, and kind of just trying to react to your questions in some of your comments. Okay, Bridget, we have another one here from her. Do you think Lady Olenna will be part of Euron's gift to Cersei, or will she just stay at Dragonstone? Yeah, she's older. I think that, you know, obviously Cersei is going to make next episode will be a lot of planning. And we will see Euron, obviously. I think we're going to see the big sea battle next episode with Euron, and that's going to go down. They said that some of the bigger fight scenes were in the start of the season, so I'm expecting that, because we know that for all intents and purposes this season, the timeline really kind of doesn't matter. They kind of just have to achieve things and just they have to happen. So I think that'll go down. But I'm wondering if when the sack of Highgarden is going to go down, because Cersei's definitely talking about all the enemies, where they are on the map. She's obviously standing on the neck, and Jaime is standing at the fingers at a certain point. So there's kind of some foreshadowing there. But I think that, yeah, I think that Olenna's toast. She's one of those characters that's not going to make it to the end game. She's a bit older. I think House Tyrell's actually going to be completely wiped out. Actually, a lot of houses will be completely wiped out by the end of a Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire. So she's kind of bite the dust, and I think that Jaime's going to do it. It will be one of his final acts of listening to Cersei. Then he will realize how many mistakes that he's made listening to Cersei. So I think that's something that's going to go down. But I don't think she's going to stay on Dragonstone, no. And in the conversation that Yara and all of them will have, I don't think everyone's going to agree. Just like what was happening in The King of the North, there will be, whenever you have people in power and you have people who have been in positions of power, there's an ego thing for everyone. So I think that there's going to be some butting of heads, and Daenerys is going to make a bad decision to split up her forces, and the Ironborn fleet's going to get fucked up, and that's where Euron's going to make Cersei give Cersei a victory, essentially. A little wine for the phrase. Yeah, I'm cheersing to that. Cheers to the end of the phrase. I'm happy with that. Big battle is definitely coming next episode, though. Everybody's been talking about Euron's costume. It was okay. I mean, I would have preferred if it was more Ironborn, more of the salt of Balon that had. But we got to remember that Euron is also different. He's traveled the world. He's more mainstream, I guess. He's more into certain things and experienced different things because he traveled the world. So his style reflects his personality. He's very playful, charismatic, manipulative. So I think that was what they were trying to do. And also, this could have been just him dressing up to go see the queen. You know, often when we go to formal events, we dress up in suits or stuff like that. So he was trying to look sexy for Cersei. He's a good-looking guy. He knows he's confident in himself. Obviously, we heard him spoke about how he was going to give his big cock to Daenerys. But yeah, I think that it was more of that. It was more him like trying to look a certain way to appease Cersei, and obviously we see him in the trailer where he has the axe and he's got the plate armor. He looks way meaner and way different. So that's just kind of casual wear, I guess. Yes, someone is going to kill Littlefinger for sure this season. But if you guys haven't checked out that Serial interview, it was awesome. It's split into 2 parts. We're actually going to try to get him on the channel. Me and George have been chatting with him, and he's a super cool guy. It would be an absolute blast to have him on. He said, actually, David Peterson said he would love to come on and chat Faceless Men and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to try to get some actual people from Con of Thrones that we met on the channel. People, so we're working hard on that. I can't guarantee anything because these people are obviously have schedules with different pieces and acting and whatnot is going on, but we got a connection with them, which is really awesome. And Miltos is a super he was very he read the books, so he was very insightful to what happened in the books and the show. So he had specific thoughts that of what Arya was going to achieve in the books and the show. So if you guys haven't checked it out, it's awesome. Also, yeah, Karkiklia, who's one of my friends from Greece, she actually works for a Game of Thrones website in Greece. She does great stuff. She says the Hound scene was thrown in there for the readers, the Gravedigger. Yeah, I was loving that. Obviously, we see Sandor having to deal with the consequence of what he did. These people died. I'm not saying exactly because of him, but we hear Arya say, "You're the biggest shit in Westeros," after what he did. He definitely didn't make it easier for them to survive. He took their silver. So, yeah, you know, and it was awesome to see him reciting the prayer that was there, too. I was really surprised that Thoros actually joined him, but it shows the amount of respect that Thoros has for Sandor because of how introspective and how honest Sandor is. So that was an absolutely brilliant scene. He was actually standing in the grave, deep in the grave. So I don't know if that's foreshadowing that he's going to die. I don't think he'll die this season, but I definitely think that he will die protecting one of the Stark girls. So yeah, I absolutely love that scene. And I disagree about Sansa dying. She will not die this season. I will make bets on that. Euron would look perfect with the top knot. Oh my God, he would not. Bjorn, what's going on, buddy? Jacob, just give him a patch. You know what? Didn't Pilu Asbeck say something about possibly, like, he kind of said there that an eye patch might happen at some point this season. So it's possible that he might get injured in a fight, and we might actually see that, and then he'll look more menacing. That would be awesome. If Tyene got him with one of the daggers, or someone got him with an arrow or something like that, maybe in a battle he does suffer an injury. Because we don't have Victarion, and he suffered an injury while he was reaving the Shield Islands and whatnot. So Euron will remove Obara Sand's tongue and cut her legs. I think that he's actually going to cut out Yara's tongue, believe it or not. I don't think he's going to capture Theon again. But you think that he brings Olenna's head in his man bag? Wow, that's a great thought. I don't know if that'll happen. We have 150 people watching. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Actually, amazing announcement. We had 650 new subscribers. Sorry, 645 new subscribers on the channel yesterday. So absolutely crazy. We had something like 60 or 70,000 views in total yesterday on the channel. So I stayed up all night to try to get my review out. We have 650 new members of the channel. Thank you so much, everyone that subscribed and has been liking the videos. The support's been awesome. Super duper, super duper, super duper. Okay, we got some more comments here. Sluice Friggin says Sam will be the best maester who ever maested. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. He's gonna learn some lessons. T-Baby says, I think Euron gets Dorne because of the gift reference. I think Cersei takes Highgarden and Dany takes Casterly Rock. Yeah, the kingdoms will definitely be split up, but I think actually the gift is going to be Illyria Sand, and I think that she's going to do the same thing that the Mad King did with Rickard and Brandon Stark. She's going to burn Illyria Sand in front of Tyene. We know that Dornish women are very passionate. I think that Tyene's going to strangle herself while trying to get to Cersei. I think that's going to go down. Yeah, Jorah touching stuff, trying to spread his grayscale was kind of fake news. Like, what are you doing, Jorah? What do you guys think about that? Some people were saying that they watched it with the subtitles, and then it actually said it was Jorah. I wasn't watching with the subtitles, but they said that it actually said Jorah Mormont. It announced it. On a scale of 1 to Sam, how shitty is my job? Well, my job is this, and it's an absolute 11 out of 10. I love what I do. Nicole Porter said, question, given the popular theory that Tyrion is a Targ, how do you think this comes to light? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do this in the show, if that's going to be a thing. It's possible that this happens in the books that it's revealed. I think the three heads of the dragon prophecy, I don't know how to look at it anymore. Kind of it's everything that I've thought has been flipped on my head from certain things happening, obviously, with George's reveal of fire whites and stuff like that. So I have to dig deeper and kind of research a little bit more onto some of the things. But it's possible that Tyrion is the third head of the dragon if they're going that way, if it's Dany, Tyrion, and Jon, because we know that Jon and Dany are for sure going to be two heads of the dragon, or it could be interpreted that way anyways. But yeah. Jorah is actually going to be cured by dragon glass. It's actually in one of the books. It's my friend Andrew actually transcribed it, and it said in small doses it can be ingested. So Jorah is going to take dragon glass and be healed of grayscale. It says Jim Broadbent has been confirmed. Later, T-Baby, thank you for showing up. It says Jim Broadbent confirmed as Ebros, not Marwyn. Yeah. So originally on IMDb, I searched it and it said Marwyn, but it's Ebros. And Maester Ebros it actually has a connection to Qyburn, which is very interesting. So that's totally a thing. And he mentions him as like basically the Marwyn of healing of the Citadel. Sam, the narrator, is a stupid theory. I don't think so. I think that might be spot on. We need Marwyn the Mage. He's going to be an amalgamation of both characters, for sure. Great Dane says, I think Euron is going to do something terrible to Yara. I don't want to say it here, but I think about Yara and the one thing she doesn't want. Yeah, I think he's going to cut out her tongue. Great Dane. I think that's going to happen. Look at Miss Chrono and Claire Gray, the duo in the chat. Smokahontas, everyone is a Targ. Yeah, I'm kind of off that boat. Angelina, hi, my cousin is in the chat. What's going on? Why is there so much dysentery in Old Town? Oh my God, I don't know. Because of what they're eating? Did you kind of get that, like what they're eating and they're shitting out what they're eating? Oh my God, and Sam has to like, last night we talked about it live on stream how they use wet fruit cake. When the Hound looked into the flames, do you think he saw himself fighting north with Jon or the others or not? Yeah, I don't think he saw himself fighting per se, but I think he saw the others breaching Eastwatch by the Sea, which is going to totally be Hard Home 2.0. Sorry, Nicole. Have they mentioned the three heads of the dragon on the show? No, they haven't. They have not, as far as I know. Maybe Aemon did. I don't think he did though. Pardon me. Oh, we have Rich in the chat. What's up? What's up? We have 165 people watching here now. Let's try to get. We have 67 likes. If people, you could smash that like button. Much appreciated. Really would appreciate that. Obviously, the higher amount of likes, the better chance of video the video has of getting seen. So thank you for that, Clarissa Thompson. Thank you. Yara doesn't want his big fat cock. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be some molesting going on. Pilu did say that he was going to be doing some of that this season, but he could have just been hyping it up because people love the Forsaken chapter. Could dragon glass be ground down and made into a powder bomb grenade against the undead army? I mean, if it can be made into medicine as well, then I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it possibly could, like a shrapnel type blast. That could be crazy. Sam lost weight since bedpan duty. Yeah, I think so too, Simone. Shitty food served at the Citadel, more like Shitadel. Lopez. It's Lopez. Or Mr. Shit. I'm not sure. Kyle and Gemma, is Ed Sheeran coming back? Yeah, I think he's going to be in. I think they're going to be in the next episode. I think Arya is going to be traveling with them. I think they will all go to some inn, get a bite to eat. I mean, they only had the rabbit for, I mean, how many people? So they're traveling. I'm sure they're going to have to put their money together to feed themselves. What's up, Ashton? And I think that that we're going to, or maybe that's the only episode that we see him in. It's possible. But Ed Sheeran is Azor Ahype. That's definitely not the thing. But it's possible that we get the Children of the Force's grenades or something like that. It's possible. We don't know if those were dragon glass or not. We don't know if the Children of the Force can manipulate specific parts of that element to make it explode. So yeah. Also, Angelina says 1,000 ships in 2 hands. My favorite line. Yeah, when his jab at Jaime Lannister, I absolutely love that as well. Jorge says, do you think Jon chokes Littlefinger because he threatens to take the veil home? No, I think it's actually going to be him spying on Sansa and Jon having a conversation near the crypts of Ned and Rickon. But I think it's actually going to be Littlefinger taking a jab at him and possibly comparing him to Ned, Brandon, and Robb. And he's going to say that Littlefinger spoke out of turn, basically that he doesn't have the right to speak about his dead brothers like that. His dead brother, his father, and his uncle like that. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to go down with Littlefinger, and Littlefinger is going to try to he's going to try to rattle Jon, but he's going to suggest that basically that Sansa should be the one that's ruling because Jon is too much like Ned or Brandon. He's going to suggest that, and then he's going to suggest to Littlefinger that he fucks off because he knows that he covets Sansa. Yeah. Q&A, Neil Anderson says, can / will the Night King resurrect the Children of the Forest? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that, well, Leaf is gone specifically. She blew herself up. But yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not. There's no reason to really do that in the show, but maybe it's a thing. Where's Melisandre? She's going to be on Dragonstone, Nicole. I mean, she was shown in the trailer, no? Rhaegar is not the Night King, Zeneb. Hannibal Lecter says, what's up with Nymeria, you think? Well, I think that next episode that Arya is going to be traveling through the Riverlands, and she's going to encounter Nymeria and her wolf pack, and she will basically in her mind, be deciding between going to King's Landing and home, and Nymeria will kind of seal the deal, showing that Nymeria has her own pack, and Arya will understand that returning to her pack, the Starks, her brothers and sisters, and her family home, that's what she needs to do. She needs to center herself because she's been away to Bravos. She's been with the Faceless Men. She's been with the Lannister soldiers. She needs to recenter herself to do that, to get back to her family roots. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, and I think Nymeria will not accompany her. That will be the last meeting we see of Arya and Nymeria. In the books, it could be totally different, but I think that's going to be the setting point. That's going to be the starting point of Arya going back home to Winterfell. Q&A. Do you think Bran will reach Winterfell next episode? No, it'll be a little bit later than that. Probably episode 3 or 4, maybe. I think Arya will be home before him. Miss Chrono, Q and A. Will the Hound tell Jon and Sansa about Littlefinger's betrayal of Ned, or will Littlefinger be gone by the time the Hound arrives to Winterfell? I'm not sure. I want to say yes, that he will get to Winterfell and be like, what the fuck is Peter Baelish doing here, that rat bastard? He treacherous to your father, held the knife to your father's throat. Something like that. I think that could possibly go down if Sandor and the Brotherhood without Banners reach Winterfell and they meet up with Brienne and Tormund in that. Jon will probably be gone by then, though. I think that Jon will be at Dragonstone getting Dragonglass and try to get Daenerys to follow them into battle against the White Walkers. So I don't think that Jon will be there specifically for that, but I definitely think that that it's possible. I want it to happen. How about that? I want it to happen, but I don't know if it's possible. I really do hope that Sandor has some interactions with Arya and Sansa. It's possible that Sansa meets up with Sandor and Beric, and Beric and them get Sansa or Arya back to safety. Now, here's a question for all of you: do you think that Sansa and Arya are going to have a heartwarming moment together, like Jon and Sansa did? I really freaking hope so. Brienne is Dunk's granddaughter. Well, I mean, George specifically said that she had the lineage of Dunk. She was in the same family tree. So yes. Jon Snow. But Danielle, to answer your question, Brienne is Dunk's granddaughter. Yes, I think so. She's got the height, and she's got the fighting prowess, and she's got some honor to her. I think, yeah. Great-great-granddaughter? It could be great-granddaughter. We could be off on that. What are the chances that Gendry is with Nymeria? Full merge of Arya and Lady Stoneheart? No, I don't think that's going to happen. I actually think that Gendry is in Flea Bottom. Clarissa says, no need to seize the last word, Lord Baelish. I'll assume it was something clever. Sansa setting the standard for shade for season 7? Absolutely, yeah. I think that she's going to be super sassy all season. Will Brienne fall for Tormund? I don't think so, no. But they will they will admire each other's battle sense. Well, no, they will admire each other, respect each other, and honor each other. Yeah. Do you think that the cat's paw knife is so important to be written down and drawn? Absolutely. Valyrian steel is of utmost importance. We're not sure if I'm not sure if the Night King can be killed by Valyrian steel, but his other White Walkers can. So they need as much Valyrian steel as they can. And I think the fact that they showed it in the book is absolutely huge. Article today on Daily Beast. Game of Thrones naughty new villain. Euron Greyjoy wants to steal your girl. Yeah, you know what? I really thought that Pilu did an excellent job as Euron. He actually, and Lena Headey and Nikolai are excellent actors and actresses. But he was just as good, I might say. Read about the cut line? Yeah. So spoilers, everyone, for anybody that hasn't heard about the cut line from Sandor's vision. But it basically talks about how the waves are frozen at Eastwatch. So it's implying that maybe the others can go around the wall. That would be pretty crazy. But some people are saying that that's foreshadowing for what's going to happen at the end of the season. But I certainly think that Eastwatch by the Sea, there's going to be a Hard Home 2.0. I think it's happening. I mean, why would, I mean, there's been too much talked about. And Melisandre talked about it in the books. So maybe her visions aren't wrong. Maybe she's not wrong. When will we see Benjen? Probably not until later in the season. We might see him once. How powerful will Bran be by the end of the season? Probably the most character in this whole story, other than Jon. So Bran is basically a demigod. Jeff says, do you think that Arya will meet up with Gendry in Flea Bottom? I think that actually that Davos and Jon and Tyrion are going to meet with him. Spoilers, it was part of the plot league, so I think well, there's a picture where they're all by a boat together, so I could be wrong, and Gendry could be somewhere like Old Town, but I don't think that Arya will meet up with Gendry in Flea Bottom. I think that Arya will be back at Winterfell. Q&A, Michael Smith. It was great that Lady Lyanna told Lord Lover off again. Yeah, she's wow. I never thought we would get another speech from her, but it looks like she's basically the face of feminism in Westeros. She's amazing. Bella Ramsey's absolutely killing it as Lyanna Mormont. And I would really love to see Davos and Lyanna together. Like, they're both wise beyond their years. So, yeah. And you don't need to thank me for your answers, and it's my job to answer these questions. I love doing this, so you don't need to thank me, but thank you for the question. Michael Watson says, which episode synopsis did it say there was a revolt in the north? Episode 2, I believe, is next episode. So I believe that some shit's going to go down next episode. We have 190 viewers. We're about to hit 200. Awesome, people. Really, really appreciate everyone coming out. If you do want to share this on Twitter with your friends, or you do want to link it on Facebook, invite your friends to come hang out. We're just relaxing and having a good time and having some wine. And if anybody new is listening right now and you haven't joined the live chat, don't be shy. We're all pretty cool here. We're having a great time. We like to have a great time. And yeah, we like to hang out and just have a blast. Trim my beard? I'm going to time you out just for saying that. Angelina High says, I want to see Lyanna butch slap Jorah and tell him off for stone herpes. Yeah, I mean, I think that she would put him in his place for a bunch of different other things as well. I mean, he didn't exactly set the bar very high. I mean, you know, I mean, he did dishonor Bear Island. So yeah. I think it would be amazing. Sorry, FLGSC. You can come back in 300 seconds, but don't talk about the beard. You learned your lesson. Q&A, do you think Hound's vision was by Eastwatch of the Sea? Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. He also said, I saw a mountain shaped like Arrowhead. Sounds more like Shadow Tower, possibly the Night King. It could be this. I mean, the sigil of the Night King kind of looks like Dragonglass / an arrowhead. Also, the mountain has new armor, and he's all black, so he can be like he kind of looks like an arrowhead. Lots of shit is going to go down next episode. Hey, yo, I just met you on Amino and I'm instantly subscribed. Your channel is amazing. Victoria Rose, what's up? Everybody say hi to Victoria in the chat. Thank you for joining us from Amino. Talking of Ed Sheeran, great to see Tomas Turgoose in that scene as well. Shame he'll have such a small part. Good little actor. Yeah, I really loved that scene. It was awesome. I really enjoyed how it showed how people were suffering from war, but despite being on different sides, it doesn't always mean that someone has the same type of feeling that another person might have. And it really gave insight into people's psyches. And basically, yeah, I thought it was awesome to see Arya connecting with them too. And it's funny that they called Arya a stranger, and she's kind of like the embodiment of a stranger. I thought she might gank some of them and get rid of some of them, but hey, never know. Will Bran claim Winterfell since he is the right heir? Nope. He's the three-eyed raven. He doesn't care about that shit anymore. Now everyone knows that beard hate will not be tolerated. And yes, I am growing out the beard. I don't think I'm going to shave it until the end of the season. What a stupid question. Like, trying to tell me what to do, like come in here and just be a dick. Fuck off. We're trying to have a good time here. We don't tolerate that kind of shit. Sweet. James says, you misunderstood me. He said mountain shaped like an arrowhead. Eastwatch has no mountains. But if you look on it like a map, it kind of does look like an arrow, the part where it curves. But it could have been two separate things. I mean, Melisandre gets her visions wrong all the time. We have 200 viewers in the live chat. Awesome. But yeah, I think it could be two separate things. It's possible that happens. I mean, Sandor's never had a vision before. I mean, he's not an expert at interpreting some of these things like a Thoros or a Melisandre might. The rabbit did look tasty. Lavina says, what if I say you should put beads in your beard and clank them together when you're excited? No, you won't. I do love you, even though you're a Cowboys fan. I still respect Lavina, even though I'm an Eagles fan and she's a Cowboys fan. That's love. We're friends. What broke the pact and forced the Whites to respond in the first place? We're going to talk more about White Walkers. Oh, we have Raised Alba in the chat. What's going on, buddy? What's going on? What's going on? Kyle needs guy liner. Yeah, so I can pull off Euron Greyjoy or Tormund. Yeah, it was a nice nod to the Broken Man, Violent Messiah. I might smoke a hunch. This is Stephen Bray says, will Arya kill Littlefinger? I think it's going to be Arya, yeah. She's going to take over part of Lady Stonehench role. Gemma says she'll braid my beard. That would be awesome. Michael Smith says, Q&A, do you think that Jon being a Firewhite, he's now Dany's Lightbringer? I don't think he's actually a Firewhite. If you go watch my Jon is Lightbringer video, Jon has special royal blood from both sides of his family, and I don't think that he's a Firewhite exactly. So I think it's a little bit. You can't just say he's one thing. Jon is much more than that. So I think that I think that Jon we don't even know how resurrection works for sure so far. We do know that the Night King is a necromancer and he can basically use his hive mind to because he's basically in the state of purgatory. He can interact with things that are dead. Now Bran can ward the living, so it's a bit different than someone who's dead, like a necromancer, like the Night King, and Bran, who's actually alive. So, yeah. The one true David Adams has a man bun. I know he does have a full head of hair, though, so we can't say that he actually has. He's trying to pull off the top knot. Oh, I'm so sorry, FLGSC. I love you, buddy. I feel bad for Tommy Yono. What do you think of Euron? What was your favorite scene? Well, I actually really enjoyed Euron. I'm actually really optimistic for him this season. I think he's going to pull it off. I think next episode we're going to see a mean, nasty side to Euron in battle. He's going to be absolutely ruthless. He's going to be using a different set of weapons too. He's going to be using an axe. So that's going to be really awesome. But what was my favorite scene? Oh my God, the Sandor digging the grave / him looking to the flame / feeling remorse for what he did to those people after he stayed there. Absolutely the Sandor scene. But a close second was the cold open. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. If I had to choose between the two, they're basically equal. And also props to David Bradley, who is being like, so Arya was wearing his face, but he was being portrayed. He was portraying someone portraying him. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? So having to act upon that and act like Arya, but still be Walder Frey, like, that was awesome. Yeah, for sure. Bran is all gods, the only god. I don't agree with that. Do you think that Bran is controlling all the ravens in Westeros? But I mean, it could be that he survives the season during the season we see that. But I'm not sure if he controls all the ravens. That might be a little bit difficult. But he is the three-eyed raven. Who knows? Riddle of Seat says, "What do you think could be? Who do you think could be the Lord of Light?" I'm not sure. I mean, some people say Bran. I don't know. I don't know if there is one. It might just be some omnipresent presence. Might not be a person. The Hound will survive this season. Scientist Solarian says, absolutely the Hound will survive this season. I mean, after that vision, we have to assume that Sandor is going to be part of the end game, right? I mean, why would he? I mean, he's going to die saving one of the Stark girls. And let me know what you think in the chat, everyone. Do we think that Sandor is going to survive this season? let's put some chicken drumsticks if you think he's going to survive the season. Stacey, you think that Bran spoke through the flames to Sandor? That's a really interesting thought. Aw, thank you so much, Galvis. All of you. Azor Ahype, Talking Thrones, Secret of the Citadel, Gray Area, and The Last Harpy. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I learned a lot about Game of Thrones from all of you. Really appreciate that. Thank you for coming to join us and hanging out and chatting Thrones. We appreciate you being here. Hashtag the gentleman. What is Euron's plan? First, he wanted to marry Daenerys, now Cersei. Well, he wants the Iron Throne. He wants glory. He wants anything that will serve him, that will advance his power, essentially. So I think that he's going to ally himself with who he thinks he can gain the most from, and then he's going to try to manipulate them or take something from them, or yeah, that I think that basically that's Euron's endgame. Ian Standish, does the soldiers calling Arya a stranger apply to the strangers to the seven gods? Yeah, we were just talking about that. And I think that Arya is the embodiment of the stranger. And I think that this could seal the deal for Arya being the Valonqar, because the stranger is gender neutral, assuming, and also High Valyrian, Valonqar, and gender neutral. So I think that if those kind of things, if the stranger's gender neutral and Valonqar is, it could be the same. Like Arya is the representation of the god of death in the god of the light of the seven. So I think that, yeah, I mean, foreshadowing in the books and the show is so different. So visually, they can't just give everything away. So, and they can't just say it. It would be like hitting you over the head with a hammer. So I think that, yes, it could be just a throwaway line, but we know that mainly in Game of Thrones, since we have such a limited amount of time with characters, and I know there's scenes that absolutely are just like Sam cleaning shit that aren't really relevant, but I'm just saying that I think it's possible, yeah. If Sandor does die, it's going to be, why do you put a duck Hannibal Lecter? That's so weird. I think that Sandor dies protecting Arya or Sansa. Stephen Bray says, Azor Ahype, thanks for the hype, Kyle. Got to go. Appreciate you coming, buddy. Have a good one. Rich Shatwell says, does House Clegane live on, or is Sandor the last one? Good question. I think a lot of the houses are going to be extinct for sure, and I think the Tyrells are going to be one of them. He could be the last one, Rich. That could be it for House Clegane. Yvette says, will Bran be strong enough to give ravens the ability to talk? No. They won't talk, but he will communicate. He can communicate by making them give it like a signal. He can like make them fly over a location to warn them, or they can like squawk, like make a lot of noise. Sorry guys, my sound effects aren't on par today, but I think that could happen. Like maybe like Daenerys and them are going north, and he leads them north of the wall, stuff like that. That's a possible thing. Will Euron survive this season? Yeah, I think he does survive this season. Oh my God, we have Teresa. Her and her husband took me out at Conan Thrones. We went to a burlesque bar. It was so fun. They treated me so well. Everybody in the chat, show some love to her, please. They took me out. They took me out for dinner. They treated me to drinks. They were so nice. Everyone, show some love to Teresa in the chat. Is the song Golden Hands foreshadowing? You know what? I actually want to do a video on that one. I thought that was very interesting. It's definitely, talked about that. I think it could be, yeah. I think that Jaime's going to be the one to kill Cersei for sure if anyone does it. Either him or Tyrion. Raymond Wing, do you think the melted ice dragon under it could be an ice dragon where the Tree of Winterfell is could be raised by the Night King? I don't think so, no. But I think that's a cool theory, though. I think it's a cool thought. Will Mira and just leave Bran at Winterfell or go home? Will she marry him in the future? I mean, geez, I don't know if she'd leave him, but it's possible that she goes home for a short minute. But I think we're going to see her and Howland meet up with Bran next season. I think that we're going to see that. You think that Arya will take the Hound's face at some stage, Miss Chrono? Wow. I would love to hear you expand on that at some point. FLGSC, I don't think he heard a voice, but his contact with the fire suggests a lot considering the Lord of Light. Yeah, he's blessed by the Lord of Light. He could be the Lord of Light's champion. There could be multiple champions of the Lord of Light. Q&A, Trin. Oh, Trin from Behind the Iron Throne, everyone. They're going to be coming on the channel in a few weeks. Really, they have an awesome, awesome podcast they do on Facebook and iTunes. Trin, I'm going to make her a mod. She's awesome. Trin says, Q&A, what do you think Cersei was talking about when she tells Jaime she wants us to start a dynasty that lasts 100 years? And Jaime reminds her the kids are dead, but just replies, for us. I think she just means that. She's trying to achieve more power. Cersei, something that really stood out to me in the books, Trent, and I'm sure you remember this as well, is when Jaime is thinking that Tywin was implacable like a glacier and Cersei was all wildfire. He thinks about how ignorant Cersei is thinking, like the way her thinking is. I think that it's just that. She's ruled over by emotion and she's just becoming the Mad Queen. Like it's like a full transition into the Mad Queen. She just wants to get rid of everyone that isn't them. So I don't think she's thinking clearly. And I think that at this point, even though Cersei is intelligent, she's just so far gone. But Tran, everyone, what's up? Cersei is a sociopath. Exactly, Angelina. She isn't. 1,000 years, yeah. That's what Hitler said, Trin. Think about it. And if you guys go check out one of my vlogs, Trin is actually in them. We meet them at the Crawl of Thrones. Could Jorah be healed before episode 3? I don't know about that. Maybe episode 4 or 5? Possibly. Maybe earlier. I don't know. I could be wrong, Jose. Clarissa says, did anyone else notice the Starks are the only major house left to have more than 2 true living heirs? Yeah. I'm hoping that by the end they still have 3 at least, but who knows? Thanks for that, Clarissa. Question, Nicole. Is the Blackfish really dead? We never saw him die. I can answer this one truly, Nicole. Yes, the Blackfish is dead, and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks because I would have loved to see him help out Jon and be a battle commander. Behave yourself, Robin. Piano girl. Which character do you prefer, Arya or Sansa? I prefer Arya, but I'm really excited to see Sansa's growth this season. I think that she's going to have an awesome, awesome season. I think she's going to become a fan favorite. The Gentleman. Do you think the Lord of Light is the one true God in the fictional universe? I don't think there's one true God, per se. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, but something is fishy there. I don't know if it'll ever be revealed what's going on there. Secrets of the Citadel. I know I'm being a troll. Yes, Gemma is the great other of trolls. That's okay. How about you make a video and I do a reply to it? Or you can come on the channel and talk about it if you'd like. Gemma is on fire tonight, yeah. Sorry, I got to scroll up here. Trent says, great analogy, Cersei, Hitler. Yeah, it's very similar, right? I mean, the way she's acting, very much like that. What is the significance of the weird and Lannisters? Their culture is very much like it can be related to some of Germanic culture back in the day, like the royal Germanic culture. What is the significance of the weirwood in Winterfell Godswood? It's been so prominent. It has a lot of memories there. I mean, all the weirwood is like basically like uploading your like the children of the forest turn into these trees and they upload their consciousness into the. I mean, there's lots of memories there. That's huge. So there could be a huge piece of information that's hidden there. Mr. Skillen trying to pay the troll toll. Actually, Mr. Skillen still hasn't done his donation yet, which is very odd. Maybe we will get a donation train going on the channel. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely not stripping, though, if anyone donates. That's not happening. And I'm not shaving the beard off for donations. Oh, Ashton, Ashton, I'm sorry. The chat goes by really fast. There's like literally 200 people in here. Re-ask it to go. If you're asking a question, if you actually type my name before it, it'll pop up in orange and I can see it better. So Ashton, make sure you ask it again. Will Jon die this season, Jose? No, he will not. Sluice Friggins. When Cersei and Jaime are discussing Dany, are their enemies? They never mention dragons. Is it possible they don't know? I mean, Cersei talks about Grumpkins and Snarks as if they're not real, so it's possible she doesn't believe that. Rude awakening, though. Bridget Hammond, do you think Jaime and Brienne will ever get together? I would love to. I would absolutely love that. But I don't know. I think it'll be bittersweet that they'll never get together. I think Brienne will honor him, though, like maybe name her child someday Jamie or something like that. Yeah, Robin, relax on that, please. Mr. Skillen, 7 blessings to you. Take it off. It's not happening. Bridget says, oh, Gemma, you donated? Shit, I must have missed it. My God, am I that daft today? I didn't see anything at the top of my page so far, Gemma. I didn't get it, I don't think. Is it possible it didn't go through? Oh, shit. Donation train. Scoutini, you sure you won't strip? For my backdrop fund, yeah, I'm gonna guys, what I'm gonna do is next week I'm actually gonna be setting up like cool Funko Pops here and books, and it's gonna actually look like I'm a Game of Thrones YouTuber. I'm gonna actually have it won't look like I just have a Stark banner back there, but I'm trying to upgrade my game here so I actually look like I'm doing a good job. Zen Gross Theory, Kyle is Azor Ahype. I'm actually Azor Ahype. I transformed. Gemma said it in a prophecy video. It's true. Will Cersei marry Euron? I don't know. It'll get close. Kyle, Arya is the wave. Fake news. Don't trigger me, please. Will we see Jack and Hagar again? Yeah, I actually do. We might see him at the Citadel this season. The relationship between Bran and the Night King is very much like Voldemort and Harry Potter. They're connected, and I think that one of them has to die to end that connection. So my beard looks like just like my new art. You mean it's awesome, if that's what you're trying to say? My new art is amazing. Blaze Manga did an awesome job. Q&A is Stephen Probst. Tormund is going to Eastwatch, and it looks like the Night King is heading there. Will Brandon Oathkeeper be his final demise? The Night King? Will Brienne kill the Night King? I don't think so. I think that Jon specifically has that task, if it ever happens. Cameo says, Kyle Ashton wants to know if Edmure will be brought back to the story. You know what? I actually don't think it's going to happen. I think that they're just going to completely skip over that. How do you think Daenerys will react to Jon Snow? She's going to be immediately smitten by him. We see the people that Daenerys has been attracted to so far. Jon is like far beyond those people. It was perfectly set up for Arya to do it, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I know. It does seem sloppy, Ashton, and I kind of wish that maybe she like just released Edmure or something, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Will we ever see Jack and Hagar again? Yeah, I think we'll see him at the Citadel, maybe. But he was rumored to be filming Tom Malishka. Hannibal Lecter says, whatever happened to the Warlocks? Well, I believe they were all killed by the dragons, or at least the main one was. But we saw another one later, assuming the form of a child. FLGSC, I did hear that Ed Sheeran deleted his Twitter. I'm gonna actually reach out to him. He seems like a cool guy. Imagine a scene where Arya kills Cersei while cycling through the faces of Cersei's kid relatives. Oh my God, that would be awesome, Ian. I do think that Cersei is probably the most likely candidate other than Jaime to kill Cersei, though. Captain Jack Sparrow vibe. Yeah. For Euron, I think that was, yeah. Dan Zobot, will the Tully's phrase have anything relevant to do in the wars to come? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that there's just going to be written out of the show. Dany's going to be like an Andrex puppy in toilet roll when she sees Jon Snow. Yeah, she's going to fall for him hard. Kyle, what do you think of the cat's paw dagger being in the book the same as like someone that Stark's some allergies are cropping up. I think that Arya is going to get that. I think she's going to kill Littlefinger with that. Q&A, Simon, at the Dragon Pit, where you can't 100% tell if it's Sandor or not, you think he has Needle with him? Is it Arya dressed as Sandor? That would be really friggin' interesting. I don't think it is though. No, I think that it's Sandor, and there's the white box behind him. But the sword does look different, right? Well, thank you for showing up, scientist. Really appreciate you coming to hang out. We still got 192 viewers hanging out here. We'll go for another half an hour or so. We'll hang out. Ebony Maw, Azor Ahype. Will Baelish try to marry Alice Karstark to undermine House Stark? No, I mean, he only has eyes for Sansa at this point. George Sartino says, why do you think Arya is already dead? That's a strange theory. George, don't make me time you up. Edmure will be released when the Unsullied capture Casterly Rock. That's a great point. He could be not even at the Twins. So it could be he's at Casterly Rock. Kyle Reese says, what do you think about Jon and Sansa calling him the Night King? Is it the first time he has singled out named? Yeah. I mean, Jon has specifically named him, but Jon and Sansa both call him that, and that's significant because the Northern Lords are using that title now. Trevor Neely says, Kyle, you are the Lord of Height. Damn fucking right I am. Oh, sweet. We have Luca. We have Luca from Watchers on the Wall, guys. He's actually going to be on the channel in the next coming weeks. I just made you a moderator, Luca. Luca writes tons and tons of articles from Watchers on the Wall, and me and George met him at Con of Thrones, and an absolute gentleman. So if everybody could say hello to Luca, he's actually in Spain. Let's show him a little love in the chat. Let's spam the fire and the chicken emoji for Luca in the chat. We got another question here from Cami, and cheers to everyone in the chat. I got some red wine here, the Paso Robles from Game of Thrones. It says, can dragon glass be used to make swords? Well, actually, in the book that Sam is reading, they're inlaid in swords. So it's like part of the swords are dragon glass, and mostly the Valyrian steel blades. So could it be used to make swords? I don't know, but it could be used to make arrow tips and spears and all sorts of stuff like that. So maybe there is a dragon glass sword that's out there. It's possible, and it's like it's not like jagged. It's like pure and it's like ruins and stuff like that, and it's smooth. That would be really cool. Who's in the dragon pit? And man, that could be Sandor. It looks like a Sandor. The white box, if you look, there's another picture. It looks like the white box is right behind him. And thanks everyone for chilling again. We still have 187 viewers here. Thanks, Lopez. Gonna go watch the episode again. Good idea. I'm actually gonna watch the episode again later because I gotta actually do the Sandor Clegane theory tomorrow, which I'm really excited about to drop for y'all. Awesome. And for those of you that don't know, I was actually featured in an article on Watchers on the Wall for me and George's vlog. So if you guys go check that out, Axe Checker wrote it. I can actually share it with you guys after. Marika says, what is Sansa up to? She seems to be going out of her. I don't think that – I think that she's going to acquire more – she's going to acquire the Knights of the Vale by killing Littlefinger. I think that's what's going to happen. And Arya's going to do it by kind of, pardon me, taking over Lady Stoneheart's plotline. I think that Peter's going to meet his demise from Lady Catelyn or Lady Stoneheart in the books. So, yeah. Bridget, I won't be sending any nudes. It is very hard to go into a season like this. Was specifically difficult, Felicia, because of all the plot leaks and stuff that were going on. And like me and George went over them, and Gemma, and we talked about them 1,000 times. But I think a lot of them are in the early part of the season. So yeah. And we got a donation from the super chat in honor of my queen troll Gemma, and it's $7 US, which is like $14,000 Canadian. So thank you so much for that. You guys are hilarious in the chat. Luca is a legend. Yeah, I know. His articles about the filming in Spain were absolutely amazing. He actually had one last week where they're talking about the location Castilla. I hope I'm saying it okay. But basically how they're looking for it looks like Storm's End might be happening in season 8. So yeah, really, really awesome. I actually applied to be a member of Watchers on the Wall. I hope I get it, which would be awesome. I would absolutely love to be writing articles for them. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can start some sort of Twitter movement to get me on Watchers on the Wall. I would love to be part of that. Cammy says, from Eric, how can Bran watch the dead army with touching the weirwood? He can work at any time, right? He's not just a warg. He's a green seer. We know that out of every 1,000 or so wargs, there's a green seer, and they're super special. But I think Bran is even above that. He's like he's the three-eyed raven. So Brand can watch them by just working ravens and whatnot. $7, 7-piece chicken nugget. So Mr. Skill has donated $21 US so far. Thank you so much for their donations. Is there any real books out there for sale in Westeros, Danny? I don't know. But the Citadel is absolutely beautiful. Felicia, are there any living giants left? I don't think there is. I think that the giants are gone, and I think that the second scene of Dragonstone was definitely a nod to that the Night King has three giants in his disposal. He might actually have Hodor too, which would kind of make a fourth, and they're going to be so hard to deal with. I actually think one of them is going to kill the dragon. Scout TV Productions Jeff says, I think Dragonfire is the only way to get Dragonglass molten. Yeah, you might be correct on that one, Jeff. I mean, we do know that Dragonfire was instrumental in making the Iron Throne and Valyrian Steel. So hopefully that Sam finds a recipe at the Citadel and he kind of goes through that. And he's able to not only tell Jon that there's a Dragonglass mountain under Dragonstone, but he's able to shadow some, or he's able to basically give Jon more information about the White Walkers and Valyrian Steel and stuff like that. It's possible that Gendry might know a little bit about that. He's really the only one that's been focused on it as a blacksmith in the story, so it's possible that that's a thing. Am I shipping Ghost of Nymeria, Felicia? I'm not. I think that I'm going to lay it out for you. I think that next time Arya sees Nymeria is going to be the last time we see Nymeria in the show. Maybe they come back into the huge battle when the Night King and them are going like near the Riverlands and the Trident and they help out the Starks and stuff like that. But I think that that's going to be the moment that causes Arya to defer her route to Winterfell instead of King's Landing. Because she'll see that Nymeria has her own pack and she will say that I need to go back to my pack, which is the Starks. Brandon's Professor X. Yeah, I can't wait to see that wheelchair. How is that going to get made, by the way? Oh, we have Sandy in the chat. One of my first 50 subscribers. Awesome. Lovely to see you here, my lady. I love you too. Riddle of Seeds. When are we going to see the God's Eye? Season 8, but we may see a vision of it this season. I think that actually Rhaegar and Lyanna are going to get married there after the Tournament of Harrenhal. I think that we're going to get a flashback to the Tournament of Harrenhal this season. So I think that we're going to see Rhaegar at the Isle of the Faces this season. Night of the Laughing Tree stuff I think we're going to see. When are we? What do you think about the theories going around about Bran warging the Giant White? It's probably wrong. We talked about that last night. It's just, yeah, I don't think that's happening. You think the books are out there for sale? I don't know. Like those specific books are like probably one of a kind, Danny. But it's possible that books like that are for sale in Westeros. That hasn't really been explored. George, fuck off. You hate the sand snakes, dude. Why are you saying that you love the sand snakes, man, with emojis? Will Brandon's chair show up on Pimp My Ride? Yeah, Pimp My Wheelchair. That'd be awesome. Good question, David. Does Bran only pass through the Weirwoods and can only see the present while he's warging? Man, you know, part of me thinks that like the timeline in Westeros is so messed up. We don't know if everything's actually aligning between Sam and Jon and Daenerys. Like we don't know if it's actually happening at the same time. We're assuming that it is because we're seeing it, but for Bran's intensive purposes, I mean, he's viewing things differently than us. Lucas says, I'd love to see Lyanna as the Knight of the Laughing Tree in season 8 at least. Luca, I've been saying that we're going to actually get the Tournament of Harrenhal at least in season 7. I think that we're going to see Rhaegar in season 7 because for the show and the books, it's different. I think that George, I mean, obviously, when we're reading, we imagine it in our minds, and foreshadowing is totally different the way we perceive things. But in the show, I think that we actually need to see Rhaegar. I think that I think when we see Rhaegar, it'll be so emotional too. But I think that we're going to actually see it this season, Luca. I think that we're going to see the Knight of the Laughing Tree this season. And I'm not sure if Aislinn Franciosi filmed any at all this season. I don't know if there's any news on that. Maybe you can enlighten us in the chat, Luca. I know that you were on top of all the season 7 stuff. But I think that we're actually going to see the Tournament of Harrenhal this season. I could be wrong, though. We are going to see more direwolves this season, though, people. I hope we see more Ghost. What Sand Snake will die and who will kill her? Well, Euron is actually going to kill both Obara and Nymeria. He'll capture Tyene and Illyria as a gift for Cersei. Kimmy says, from Bridget, does Sam know what happened to Jon at the Wall? Does he know he's at Winterfell? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. That's going to be really interesting. Damn. So you don't think it's going to happen? See, here's the thing. I was having this conversation with Smokescreen at Con of Thrones, and I'm like, what do you think is the hold the door moment of the season? Because yeah, we could have kind of guessed that Bran might have had to leave the cave at some point. That the three-eyed raven wouldn't be able to protect the cave forever. But I think that the hold the door moment of the season is going to be a flashback to the Tournament of Harrenhal, and then we're going to see Rhaegar. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that I have. I could be completely wrong. It could be fake. I could be fake newsing everyone. I don't know. But sheesh. So Secrets of the Citadel confirmed. She says we're getting a wedding flashback. I don't know. Gemma's pretty smart. Oh, guys, everybody in the chat, what I want you to do right now is you guys need to go say what's up to Blaze Manga. He did the amazing new art for the Azor Ahype channel, guys. And what I want you to do is, if you can, Simon, put your link to your channel in the description of this video in the chat, and I want every 190 of you that are watching to go subscribe to Blaze Manga. They do reactions. They do amazing live drawing of their art, guys. Simon and Pedro are just amazing. Please, 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 please go show Simon some love in the chat. He is a business partner of the channel and an amazing, amazing person. Amazing person. Please. Also, we have just Chris, who actually gave me this bottle of wine at Con of Thrones. I'm drinking it right now. He says, episode 4, you think that's going to happen? Sheesh, that would be cool. I'm just down to see it. Trevor, really appreciate that, man. So there's Blaze Manga's official stuff in the chat there, people. If you can go see that, make sure that you subscribe. It'd be really awesome. I would really, really appreciate it if you guys did that. Blaze Manga has been an absolute house for us. And man, they transformed our channel with the art. It's amazing. Okay, got to get some more questions here. You think Ned Umber in the show will play a similar role to Ned Day in the books? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Definitely, that's a great point, Lola. I really loved how Kit Harington took command of that scene. Kit Harington, by the way, and Sophie Turner really stepped up their games. I absolutely love those scenes. I say that if I had a favorite scene with Sandor, obviously, and then second was the Arya scene for me. But there is so many good scenes in this episode, and I know a lot of people were bashing the pacing of the episode, but it's an episode 1, and they have to set stuff up. I thought it was one of the best episodes of the series, dialogue-wise, and what was going on between certain characters. There's so many revelations. You guys know I gotta stay hyped. Come on. Cindy, Q&A. Arya's motivation to head north. Yes, she might see Nymeria or another wolf, but couldn't Bran, the new three-eyed raven, send a message through a wolf? Yeah. Maybe like he sends a message and the wolf is acting weird, and that causes Arya to feel a certain way about home. Certainly. Yeah, I'm still drinking it. Gemma, you know I'm a lightweight. I can have like 2 drinks and then I'm done. Inventivine editing is rare in Game of Thrones. Yeah, definitely. You love the Sam montage? It was amazing, actually. I always thought that I would do a video of like Tormund and Sandor scenes together, and it would get faster and faster and faster, and it would eventually end with them both eating chicken. I thought about doing that style of editing, but it is difficult to pull it off. Great point, Luca. Q&A. If Bronn sees Nymeria Sand about to get executed, you mean Tyene Sand, will he ask her for to be spared like she did for him? It's possible. It's possible that happens. But wouldn't Euron just take out Bronn? Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing, but it's possible. Bridget Hammond, has Game of Thrones taught you anything about not accepting wine for people? It was a closed bottle. Come on. And I don't drink a lot. This is like 6 ounces, and I'm drinking it very slowly. Get a glass? Come on. I'm a Canadian. We drink out of cups sometimes. I don't have wine glasses here, by the way. All my nice wine glasses are back in Ottawa. Thank you so much for the comments about our hard work. Is like it is hard work doing editing, but you know what though? I was telling someone this morning. I absolutely love doing this, and I'm sure you guys know, and you can tell because I'm visibly animated and energetic and open with how I feel about this. So, but thank you so much. These those comments, you guys don't know how much that means to me and people. For me and people like Gemma and Luca. Luca writes amazing articles. I'm sure he appreciates that so much. Putting passion and love into something like this. It is very rewarding when someone gives you a compliment such as that. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Magnetic Rose. It was disgusting and amazing at the same time. Absolutely. Teresa, does Cersei summons really affect Sansa? Yeah, absolutely. Kyle is a savage. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. So it definitely affects Sansa because Sansa is trying to survive herself. I mean, Sansa is trying to let Jon know as well. Let Jon know that he can't just worry about the Night King. That Cersei is dangerous, and she has a point. She is very dangerous. Look at what she achieved at the Sept of Baelor. So yeah. All right. Will the campfire talk about a family cause Arya to travel north and bump into the Hound along the way? Yeah, I actually think that Arya will meet up with the Brotherhood Without Banners and Beric, because Beric did have a mission to take care of the Riverlands and whatnot when Ned gave him his final order. So I think that, yes, I think that if he meets up with Beric, they will be compelled to bring Arya back to Winterfell. It won't be like selling off Gendry or anything like that. Barbara, what's going on? My Twitter friend. Do you think that Varys could switch sides if he finds another Targaryen or good for? I mean, if he feels that Jon is a better ruler than Daenerys, absolutely he might think that. I think that Daenerys is going to die in the end, anyways. Steph, I don't think she'll be around at the end. I think it'll be a very George Washington type of situation where Jon will put down his sword, but he will come back to it. People will actually ask him to rule, and he will do his duty. It will be a bittersweet ending. It will be a sad destiny because he doesn't want to be king. So I think that's kind of what's going to go on. Well, Michael Watson, will we see Sweet Robin again? Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see Sweet Robin. I think that Bronze Jon is actually going to. I think Littlefinger is going to try to say that they should usurp Jon, and he's going to tell him to fuck off. And he's going to suggest that Sansa should be ruling the North. So I think that there's going to be a situation where Sansa, Bronze Jon, Royce, and Robin all get together, and then I think Littlefinger is going to be cut out of basically every situation. He's made a lot of mistakes in the show. In the books, I'm not sure. I can't answer that for sure. But in the show, I think we're going to see him again. Yeah. Olivia, do you think Arya could run into Bran and Mira, and what persuades her to go north? Yeah, I think it's going to be Nymeria, Olivia, that's going to persuade her to go north. Nine Nichols, do you think that House Hightower will be brought back into the show since we're in Old Town? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the opening credits. It's possible they show up in season 8. There's nothing about them this season, though. Claire says Kyle has all the best type. You're the best type, Claire. If all the popularity predicting meetings taking place this season would be all about meetings. Yeah, and it would be a lot like Feast for Crows, which was not my favorite book, but I did enjoy parts of it. But I think next episode, we're going to see, this is going to pop off. A lot's going to happen. Scotty, does Dragonglass being referred to as Stone in Sam's book change from the Waking Dragons from Stone part of the A prophecy is possible? I'm not sure that you know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'll do, guys, is I'll do a whole video on the transcriptions from what Sam is reading, and I'll try to go over them as much as possible so we can get a clearer look at what he's actually reading, and we can try to relate it to some of the book stuff and some of the other stuff, some of the other prophecy that's been said. Azor Ahype Q&A. Do you think Ned Umber? Yeah, we already got to that. Oh, Cal, you made it. Nice, nice. Yeah, I decided to do an earlier stream because some of the UK people have been asking. They've been saying that it's been pretty late. And I didn't want to edit a super long 15-minute video today, so I thought it'd be easier to just hang out with you guys and take your questions because we do always miss questions during the live chat. We had 650 live viewers last night. We have what, a couple hundred here today. So yeah, I mean, it is difficult trying to keep up with everyone's questions, trying to answer them, trying to give them a proper answer, not going off for 10-minute answers. Like you guys know, I could go off for 10-minute answers on every question. You know what I mean? So yeah. Fake news. Kyle has the best nuggets. Robin does kind of suck. Yeah, I do love how Preston Jacobs is dedicated to him though. Oh shit, there's some rivalries in the chat. Peter Romero says Jon has already made some decisions in a leadership role that has upset his brothers enough to betray him. Do you see Sansa rallying the North behind her if Jon bends the knee to Dany? No, I don't think so at all. I don't think that will happen. I think Sansa is going to get rid of Littlefinger, take the Army of the Vale, and go behind Jon. I think that Arya and Bran returning to Winterfell is going to be huge. I think that Sandor and the Brotherhood Without Banners possibly interacting there, and Sandor possibly telling Sansa or Arya, why the fuck is Peter Baelish here, that treacherous rot bastard? Like that type of thing going on. And then also, obviously, Brienne and Tormund. I think Brienne is going to have, I mean, she's already protecting Sansa, but she did promise Catelyn both Stark girls. So I think that her interaction with, like, she could get along with Sansa or Arya better than Sansa because of their personalities. I think that that's something that, you know what I mean, could be, could happen. So I think that Brienne could be influential on that, and she could try to, obviously, Arya's not going to be happy with Sansa, that she is like with Lord Baelish, and I don't think that like Sansa even wants Lord Baelish to be there, but he landed the Army of the Vale, so I mean that's a huge thing. She kind of has to respect that from that sense. So I think that that's what's going on there. Littlefinger must die. Yeah. Does Bran's return to Winterfell complicate the power structure? No, it does not at all. He's the three-eyed raven. So bye, Smokeahontas. Thank you for coming. I don't think Bran complicates it at all. He's the three-eyed raven, and I don't think he cares. Well, he cares, but it's not for him. Violent Messiah, do you think we'll get any more time jumps? Absolutely, we will. 1,000%. Tournament at Harrenhal this season, and possibly we'll get some Lands of Always Winter stuff. Phil H, really trying to smash that like button. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying watching this video, you can smash the like button or the like button. Obviously, if you do like this video and you have enjoyed me chatting Q&A stuff, more likes helps this video get seen and helps the channel grow. So really appreciate that. We had 650 new subscribers on the channel yesterday, which was absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, everyone that has come to the channel. I'm sure it's grown a little bit more since we've been on stream, but I haven't had a chance to check. But yeah, all the likes and all the comments, we had like something like almost 1,500 comments in the past 2 days, which is absolutely amazing. Love you guys. Couldn't even imagine that it would ever be like this. So thank you so much. Guys, oh my God, Shire Post Mints added as moderator. Guys, Shire Post Mints, they actually make the Valor Morghulis coin, and they actually have worked with George R.R. Martin. Everybody, please say hello to them. They're actually going to be sponsoring giveaways on the channel, and they're going to be coming on the channel to chat Game of Thrones Season 7. Shire Post Mints, wow, so cool. I'm going to answer this question. We already answered this, Shire Post Mints, but we'll answer again. Do you think we'll see Nymeria and her army of wolves hooking up with Arya? Yes, and it's going to be next episode. I believe that if you saw the promo trailer, I don't know if that's Nymeria or not. Some people are saying it's not. But I think what's going to happen is Nymeria and her wolves are going to be the reason why Arya reroutes herself back to Winterfell. So she's going to see that Arya is, or Nymeria is, just gonna have to stay in the wild. She can't be domesticated like some of the other direwolves, and that she has to return to her pack to Winterfell. So yes, absolutely, we're going to see that next episode, and so happy to have you guys here. That's awesome. Shire Post Mints in the chat, everyone. Hello, Mint people. Lauren says, yeah. And also, if you do like this video, like I said, smash the like button. You could also subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to have videos every day for you guys during Game of Thrones Season 7. It's going to be nonstop coverage and looking into Game of Thrones Season 7, looking into more theories, dropping some theory videos. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a couple more questions here, people. I am getting pretty hungry. There is some rice in the kitchen and some chicken that I'm going to make. So, and I got some new sauces from the grocery store today. Some Korean sauce, some Korean barbecue, some Korean red chili paste and stuff like that. Then I want to kind of fool around with, and I do want to make a little stir fry with some veggies and an egg. So I'm going to make like a Korean bibimbap style dish with rice and chicken and an egg and veggies. So I'm getting really hungry. Oh, cool. We have another $5 donation from Douglas. Thank you so much, Douglas. Really appreciate that. Shire Postman, Shire Postman is our Iron Bank, basically, yeah. And you guys let me know. Actually, I'll hook up with you guys in the email after, and we'll chat back and forth, and we'll try to figure out what's best for your schedule. How will Cersei leave at the end of the season? Will she be... Brandon, I'm actually going to be doing something different for the 10K mark giveaway, but I'm going to be giving Needle away at the end of the season when me and Gemma do our end game prediction, or our kind of wrap up for season 7. But I got something a little bit different for the 10K mark, but I'm still going to be giving Needle away at the end of the season. So don't worry. There's going to be lots of awesome giveaway. Actually, there's probably going to be a giveaway every week. So yeah, we're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers. How much are we at now, by the way? I haven't checked. Let me go check. We are at 9,785. Yesterday morning at 5 a.m., we are at 9,112. So we have how many? We had 673 subscribers over the past little bit. That's pretty crazy. Oh, we're going to break 10K by the end of this week, Felicia. We had almost 700 subscribers in the past, like, 30 hours. Kyle, where are all the damn children of the forest gone? There could be some on the Isle of the Faces. In the books, they talk about the Order of the Green Hand and how Howland trained with them. So there could be some possibly still alive at the Isle of the Faces, but I don't know. I don't know where they are. Dan Zobot says, how dare you retain sustenance? Angelina says, Kyle likes to fool around with all the chili sauce, ladies. I love my chili sauce. I love sriracha. I love barbecue sauce. I love red Thai chili paste, garlic paste with red chilies. Simon, you think I'll be breaking 10K tomorrow? Wow. Yeah, agreed, Luca. I am agreed on that one. All right, we're going to take 3 more questions, and then I'm going to go grab something to eat. I really, really appreciate everybody coming to chill. Let's see. Eric says, do you think the Night King is Greenseer? Yes, absolutely. I mean, he can warg. He's a necromancer. He can warg literally thousands of dead people at the same time. So, yep. The Night King is absolutely a Greenseer. And what I really hope that we are seeing in a flashback is we actually get to see the Night King, like whoever the Night King was, he had a family or whatnot, all of that. So, yeah, I think that he's a Greenseer. Bye, Lavina. Thank you for coming. Dylan Moore says, yay, yo, Smokeahontas is a big friend of mine. She referred me to come watch. I'm a huge fan, kind of a newbie. I'm reading the books now, and I'm caught up on the show. Love. Actually, you know what? Let's do a giveaway right now. How about that? All right. Let me think of a question. I'm going to give away some audiobooks right now. Okay, let me think of a question for everyone. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 questions. What's the name of the actor who plays Varys in the show? What's the name of the actor who plays Varys in the show? What's the name of the actor who plays Varys in the show? The person who answers it first gets, JD Shark. JD Shark is the winner. So contact me via email, JD. Actually, how many do we got here? JD, Great Dane. So I'll do the first 3. You guys all get the audiobooks. How about that? So all of you contact me via Twitter, message me on Twitter, and I'll hit you guys up with the audiobooks. All right. So we have that. And second question, we'll do one more. Geez. What was the sentence that Arya said at the very end to the serving girl, or Walder Frey's wife, at the twins after she murdered everyone? What was the sentence? What was the sentence that Arya said about the phrase to the serving girl / Walder Frey's wife? And we're giving away one more audiobook here. Now, the 3 people that won are JD Shark, Rich Shatwell, and I believe Great Dane. So all of you can contact me via Twitter. And who got it first? Oh, Gemma, you can't do that. Winter came for the phrase. It's got to be the full thing. When people ask you what happened, tell her the North remembers. Tell them that winter came for House Frey. Wesley Mons, you are also a winner of the audiobook. So we have Great Dane, Rich Shatwell, and JD Shark, and Wesley Mons. All 4 of you have won the audiobooks, all 5 seasons for Game of Thrones. So message me on Twitter, and I'll hook you guys up. Make sure you, or you can message me in the comment section and let me know that you guys won. Just remind me. Awesome. And we'll do one more question to end it here, and I'll answer one more question, and then we'll kind of get to some stuff that's going to be happening on the channel soon. Who's got the last question here? Leave a wolf alive and the sheep are never safe is a great one too. All right, Felicia, who is going to die next week? And everybody in the chat, I'm going to ask for your predictions as well. Who's going to die next week? I believe that Obara Sand and Nymeria Sand are going to die next week. Those are actually, and I believe that the sea battle is going to happen early in the episode, and it's going to be awesome. So I think that Nymeria Sand and Obara Sand are going to be dead next week. The Sand Snakes are going to be dead, and they're going to be killed by Euron Greyjoy. So that's going to do it for today, everyone. Had a really super fun time doing this live Q&A for you. I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, but I figured I'd at least get on for an hour or so and try to answer some of your questions. Wow, how many people did we have show up today? We had 220 people live at one point. We still have 160 people here. Really, really appreciate you guys coming out today and hanging out with me. Tomorrow I will be doing a Sandor Clegane theory video, and then on Thursday we will be appearing on Gemma's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can look forward to that. Really, really, really appreciate that. Also, Shire Post Mints, we're going to be doing a sponsored giveaway at some point. We'll reach out to you guys. I'll reach out to you guys an email today. But tomorrow, Sandor Clegane theory video. I'm going to talk about Eastwatch by the Sea. I'm going to talk about his vision into the flames. Tomorrow night, we're going to be on Gemma's channel, and I'll probably release a small little theory video during the day. Friday, we'll do more theory videos. Saturday, me and Gemma are recording the Azor Ahype podcast, and we're going to have a special guest, and then I'll release that on Sunday. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming today. Really, really appreciate everyone that got to come out. Luca, thank you so much for coming out. Shire Post Mints, all of my amazing Patreons, all of the other YouTubers that hung out in the chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everyone coming hang out today. And remember, everyone, stay hyped and 7 blessings. See you in the next video.